Technology is indeed a game changer, making the learning experience so enjoyable, inspiring, and relatable. All this said, at the grassroots level, in places that generally don't make news in the mainstream media, we noticed a glaring lacuna that prevents our people from shining on the global platform, where technology and communication play a vital role. And you guessed it right, the deficiency in communicative English language skills. And you guessed it right again. Of course, we have worked to bridge this gap. The Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Vahini's Mission English is steered by Dr. Akila Indurti, with a set of well-thought-out lessons, custom designed for vernacular speakers. We have an array of options for the learners to choose from. Phone Your Friend, or the PYF, our new mobile app Sign In, the English Immersive Program. These literally handhold the speakers to a confident level of English language skills. Dr. Akila Indurti will now walk us through the Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Vahini's Mission English.
Om Shri Sai Ram, my most loving pranams at the lotus feet of my beloved Lord and Master. Good evening to all of you. Being at the fag end of the day, I knew what would come. So my 15 minutes got curtailed to 12, and when I came here, it became 10. So I'll try to make it as quickly as possible. The Mission English program is one of the flagship programs of Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Vahini, and the gap analysis and the need analysis was done by the groundswell that came when we, in our early days of the program, went to schools as part of the training team and found that while almost all our training programs were in English, the teachers were finding it very difficult to follow what we were saying. And so the management and the principals of the schools that we were going would request us to come up with a program to improve the language proficiency of the teachers. Of course, as policymakers have been harping on the importance of mother language and the regional language, we in Sathya Sai Vidya Vahini do understand the importance of the mother language and the regional languages. But along with that, there is this need from the ground, that is from the community of parents who would like to see their children proficient in English because that would give them a cutting edge when it comes to competition where they compete with their counterparts in the urban cities or elsewhere. And this being the world of globalization, we all understand the importance of English while at the same time not belittling the importance of the local languages. We also understand that English can be taught to the children if only the teachers are sufficiently proficient in the language. And it was thus that the Phone Your Friend program, popularly known as the PYF, came to be designed in its in a different avatar from 2017. It was there from 2012 onwards, but it was being done sporadically by the fellowship scholars in the schools that they were going. But from 2017, it became an organized program and was taken to most of the schools. And as far as Mission English is concerned, we have two offerings. One is for the teachers, which has the Phone Your Friend and the Sign In, the English app. And I'll come to the other part, which is focusing on the students. So as far as the Phone Your Friend program is concerned, this has got 5 courses, starting with the elementary, moving on to the basic and the intermediate, and then the upper intermediate, which focuses only on the spoken English skill, and of course the advanced course. And The focus of all these courses are the language skills, the listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Much has been spoken about the importance of reading and writing, so I will not bear repetition. So the Phone Your Friend program also focuses on these 4 skills, and it caters specially for the vernacular speakers of this country. Now, this is where it differs from the other programs which are available in all the towns and in the cities, the so-called spoken English institutes, which promise to train their candidates to either crack the GRE or the GMAT or crack the English language proficiency within 45 hours. We do not lay claim to such promises, tall promises. Our focus is very, very simple. We just want our teachers from the rural schools, from the semi-urban, the peri-urban schools, to speak reasonably good English so that the children will benefit through their language proficiency. And to this end, what we have done is, we have the content which would be very appropriate, which would be meaningful, which would make it easy for the teachers to transact. It would not be difficult for them. As language experts would point out, any language acquisition theory should free the learners from anxiety, from the tyranny of the content. So once we free them from that, which means if you're going to give them content which is going to be simple, which they are familiar with, then they don't have to bother about what to say. It's only how to say that they will have to focus on. So the content of these 5 courses in the Phone Your Friend, the Mission English program, is solely focused towards the vernacular speakers. And it is a self-paced learning because there is no enrollment date and there is no end date. Within a reasonable time frame, it is enough if the teachers or the youth or the learners, because now we've opened it to the youth of the SAI organizations and elsewhere to also enroll in this program. So they can do it at their own pace. And the beauty of this program is that it has got a direct mentoring session, which means we pair the learner with a mentor who is able to take them through the lessons day after day for about an hour every week, which is divided into 20 minutes 3 times a week, or 2 sessions, half an hour, or 15 minutes 4 times a week. So this is how the Phone Your Friend program is designed, and there is a certification which is given by the Sri Satya Sai Vidya Vahini at the end of the program. So this is how we started with the Phone Your Friend program in its present avatar in the year 2018, Guru Purnima. And we now have 365 beneficiaries of this program. But with Bhagwan's grace, we also realized that this direct mentoring session was not able to cater to our increasing number of beneficiaries. And we also have a large pool of prospective mentors from across the world. But when you have it as a mentoring session at a particular time in the schools, for the teachers to be available at their own convenient time, it was becoming very difficult for the mentors to also connect with them. So in order to free the program from the temporal and the spatial, which means we want to free it from the limitations of time and space, we thought that we should come up with an app. And 3 summers ago, in July, on Guru Purnima Day again, we prayed to Bhagwan that we should be able to offer an app, an English-speaking app, through which our learners can benefit. And this way, what would happen is that we could get mentors from across the world, because it is not being done in real time. It is being done only through the app. It works much like the WhatsApp, where the voice messages are sent and you could always submit the responses and get the review done by the mentors. So anybody, anywhere in the world with a reasonable proficiency in English can participate in this seva. And the other thing is that the teachers are also very happy, because when you tie them down to a particular time, though there is a lot of push, though there is a lot of prodding and goading by our own wonderful team of team leads and by the principals and the management, practically it was becoming very difficult for the teachers. You all know the overwhelming duties of a teacher. they would start in right earnest. But as they move ahead, there would be the examination duty, the evaluation duty, the annual day duty, etc., etc. I don't need to line it up for them. So the teachers were finding it very difficult to find a particular time slot which they could commit, and this way the mentors were also losing steam. So by bringing in the sign in the English app, what happened is that we were able to free the teachers also to learn it as per their own convenience, because now they could do it only on a Friday or only on a Sunday. Whenever they find time, they could just quickly finish their lessons and submit it for review by the mentors. So this is a wonderful offering from the Sri Satya Sai Vidya Vahini and the development team of Inditech, a dedicated band of brothers and sisters, came on board from the start to the finish. And we have our own in-house tech team and our own team of testers and our brothers and sisters who would participate week after week with the Inditech team and debate and discuss and find out what was the gap and what was the lacuna and how to plug it. And for the last 3 years, this has been going on, and this is part of a very silent sadhana that has been going on from the Mission English team. And I'm very happy to tell you this summer, that is in May 2024, we were able to complete all the 4 courses. We've started the sign-in app only from the basic because we wanted to free the elementary so that there would be a personal touch before we introduce the learners into the app. Before we take them into the app, we thought it would be good if there would be a direct mentoring session. So the elementary course is done by direct mentoring, after which our team leads gently register them onto the app. And then from the basic through the intermediate, the upper intermediate, and the advanced, the learner can proceed on this journey to complete the English proficiency program of Sri Satya Sai Vidya Vahini. So that's the only difference between PYF and sign-in. There it is direct mentoring. Here we have both an automated and a human mentoring session going on. Otherwise, everything else remains the same. And here are the brief screenshots of what the app looks like. It's available on the Google Play Store. And as of now, we have about 740 learners. And now that the program has become robust with all the testing done, with this academic year, we hope to introduce it in many more schools, and we have a lot of principals and teachers here, and we hope and pray to Swami to bring in more and more learners from the schools, from our own youth, from the Satya Sai Seva organizations, and from outside to benefit from this program so that they would have a reasonable level of proficiency in English language. So these 2 programs are for the teachers that Mission English targets. And the third one is the English immersion program. And this started in November 2022. The Satya Sai Seva organization reached out to Sri Satya Sai Vidya Vahini, saying that while there are so many students who write the entrance exam for the Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning admission tests, they are not able to get through the basic English paper. While they may be good in content, these students who come from different parts of the country are not able to crack the English admission program, and therefore there is a lot of filtering happening, and they're not able to get through the entrance exam and thereby get into the colleges of the Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. It was then that Sri Satya Sai Vidya Vahini decided that we should offer a program for the students. And when we started this program, it's a 5-module course which actually targets students to crack the admission tests. But we also thought that we should extend this to classes 9, 10, 11, and 12. So if there are teachers from these schools who are here, the principals, the management, the school leads, kindly take note. This program is now available for all the students from the classes 9 through 10, 11, and 12. They can go through this course. It is a 5-module course starting with a general English introduction, which actually has the sounds of English, because most of them have they come from the regional schools. They may not know the the nuances of the pronunciation. So the 44 sounds of English are introduced to the students, and then of course the homophones to reinforce the sounds of English. And then there is the tongue twisters, which act like a warm-up session for these students. After that is the module 2, which has about 60 to 65 grammar worksheets, each worksheet having about 20 to 25 exercises. So the students go through, these worksheets border on the syllabus that's been prescribed by the general boards of education, which means there is the verbs, the adverbs, the nouns, the pronouns, the determiners, the prepositions, the conjunctions, the error corrections, the error detection, etc. So the students go through this drill of doing these worksheets, and then they are proficient. By the time they complete their 10th standard, it also helps them to crack their class 10 exams very well, because one part of the paper deals with English language. So if they go through this, then their teachers don't have to teach these things again in the class. But there's one difference in this program. The mentors here are the teachers themselves. So if you're going to register your students onto this program, then you will also have to register the teacher who handles that class. Then all that the teacher does, all that the teacher has to do is that she or he has to see that these children go through these modules without a break, goad them, not do anything else, because it is all being marked on the system. They have to do the worksheets, and the answers are there. If they go wrong, they can redo it any number of times, and they can keep proceeding forward. So also with the reading skill, we have reading comprehension passages, and after that, once they complete that, this is where after the third module comes the speaking skill and the writing skill. And this is where we have the teachers, we need the support of the teachers who will be marking these students as they would in their own classes. Now, how do they mark? The rubrics is given very clearly, so they just have to fill in those rubrics. And once the child completes all the 5 modules, it means that the child has gone through these 5-module course, and they get a certification. And not only that, they would be able to do their own school exams a lot better, and that way they would be proficient even as they go through their 11th and their 12th standard. So they can take the admission tests either for the SSSIHL or any other admission test, because these modules are all based only on the general standard or the general syllabus that's being followed for the admission tests in all these places. So that's about the 5-module English immersion program, and it's available on our Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Vahini's learning management system. It is like this, and they have to register. We are there. If any school evinces interest, we would encourage you to reach out to us. You can write to us. You can meet us as we are here. We are available this evening, tomorrow, day after, at the center after the program is over. You can reach out to english@srisathyasaividyavahini.org and find out more details. You can always reach out to any one of us to know more about this program, and we would be very glad to take you through. There would be an orientation for each and every school that evinces interest. We would also help you in registering your students and your teachers on the LMS, and that would make your students part of the course, and they can complete it, while your teachers also get a question bank of questions and worksheets on these various topics that are being transacted through this program. So that's for the students. So this is, in short, what I have. Thank you very much for your patient listening. I don't think it is only Shankar Mahadevan who has done Breathless. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us an avatar of Shankar Mahadevan and a sneak peek into the various learning options under Mission English. It is indeed heartening to know how Mission English has transformed people's lives across the length and breadth of India. So, that is the story of Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Vahini thus far. What a journey it has been. we've touched lives, made a difference, and discovered a deep learning curve that we ourselves have been through. With a lot of unlearning and relearning, we've surely evolved more refined. Unimpeded by the barriers of region, race, religion, or economic prowess, all Vidyavahini offerings sum up the mission statement: integral education for all, by all. With no monetary strings attached, Vidyavahini's contributions are all in the service of our great nation. The climb, we believe, has just begun to the beautiful view on the other side, where a whole new generation, equipped with the right skill set and mindset, will work to make the world a better place. कौन कहता है संगत का असर नहीं होता? कौन कहता है संगत का असर नहीं होता? आज देखो ना, आप नहीं तो यहाँ क्या होता? Wholehearted appreciation and gratitude to all our delegates, participants, guests, speakers, and invitees for their active and enthusiastic participation, which has indeed added sheen to the shine of the event. With that, we draw curtains on today's program.